Hello, how are you doing? This is Franklin here. I hope you've had a very amazing and a fabulous and great week. And maybe you're also looking forward to the weekend as well. And hopefully you have some things planned as well for chilling and for, just resting to some degree. All right. So there's a very shocking and striking statistic that I came across some time ago. Actually, I studied talking about negative thoughts. And the study said that I believe it was about 85% of the thoughts that we think that they are negative. And they even gave that a term. They called it the automatic negative thoughts. You probably may have been conscious or aware of the automatic negative thought and how they operate. Because again, of the thousands of thoughts that we think, they also say that about, I believe, 80 to 90% of them are repeated. In other words, we are repeating the same automatic negative thought multiple times during the day. And this is really very, very striking as well. And it what calls for us to be much more aware of it, and also to take a very, very aggressive means to controlling and managing those negative thoughts so that they don't control us. And obviously, I know that there have been times when for a long time rather, that I had struggled a lot with this automatic, with a lot of negative thought patterns, and man, they really wreaked a lot of havoc on me. And maybe you also are in a place where you are trying to get past the grips of those negative patterns. And in this video, I just wanted to share with you some of those things that help me and continue to help me to break through the cycles of negative thought patterns. And so you may have a particular one in your mind. So as I go through the steps, you can just think about that particular negative pattern that you're looking to break. So the first step is to identify the negative pattern. Whatever it is that negative pattern is, getting to be aware of it, and just awareness alone is the first step, I believe, to breaking through from that negative pattern, because they say that the problem that is identified is the problem that is half solved. So whatever it is that negative pattern is that maybe is keeping you and holding you back, maybe you have a negative pattern of maybe a fear that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, or whatever it is that the negative pattern is, to identify the negative pattern. And the next is to confront the negative pattern. Confronting the negative pattern would look like finding out and just being honest about how that negative pattern has been serving you. Has it been serving you in any way, negative or positive? And part of the reason this is really very key is we only, in most cases, one of the main reasons that we hold on to a particular pattern, whether it's positive or negative, is because we feel we are benefiting from it, and that's why we're holding on to it. And obviously, that may not be truly the case. And so for the negative pattern, confronting it would be really very necessary and essential as well. And finding out, how has this pattern cost me? What are the consequences that and the havoc it has wreaked upon my life? And then deciding and determining that, I have to break this negative pattern for so and so reasons. And so confronting it would also mean finding strong reasons why you cannot continue to allow that negative pattern to remain in your life because of the consequences and the havoc and all that it has cost you. And then the next step would be to replace it, right? So replace the negative pattern with a corresponding opposite pattern, which is obviously going to be positive. Because there's no way that nature hates vacuum, they say. And in order for us to have a new pattern, we have to get rid of the old pattern. And so this step is also really very, very essential, because again, nature doesn't like vacuum. And after replacing the pattern, the next step is going to look like reinforcing the positive pattern. We want to reinforce the positive pattern so that it sticks and becomes more so like a habit. And obviously, there are going to be a number of ways by which we can reinforce the new and the positive pattern. One of them can be, say, by affirmation, and another one can just be by stepping out to do something different than you used to do. And one thing about this last step, the step about reinforcing, is it's always going to be very, very uncomfortable. Even the mere fact that you would be saying an affirmation that would reinforce the new pattern, that one in itself is going to be very uncomfortable. And also another one would just be another way of reinforcing it would also just be doing things and taking actions, obviously uncomfortable actions that are in alignment with the new positive pattern. Because doing it that way, definitely, it's going to be very, very uncomfortable. But one thing I've come to understand and I've learned is that whatever it is, in most cases, whatever it is that brings discomfort, any form of uncomfortable feeling, usually leads to growth because it is new and we're not sure about what it's going to look like on the other side, but it definitely always leads to positive growth in our life. And so those are some of the things, the first step that I believe would be really very beneficial and necessary and helpful to break through from any negative pattern that you may have. This has really been very helpful for me in so many areas of my life, and I just hope and believe it's going to also benefit you as well. That said, I'll definitely like to hear from you. What are some of the things that you do to help you break through any form of negative pattern? I'll definitely like to hear from you as well. With that said, I just want to also remind you that you are more than enough, you are worthy, you are deserving, and you are loved. Thanks a lot for watching. It's been Franklin here. God bless and peace.